Good night, stranger. Tonight I invite you into my witch's den to celebrate my birthday with you. My birthday falls right before the first harvest festival that pagans know as Lammas or Lughnasadh, depending on the historical context, so I will share some traditional folklore with you. I will draw you some tarot cards for divination, banish some bad habits, and call in prophetic dreams with you. If you want to do something for me for my birthday, try to think of a person who struggles with falling asleep and send them this episode as a little gift from me. Of course, you can also help me with a simple like or subscribe. The polls on Patreon are still ongoing if you are subscribed there, but you can also visit for updates on upcoming episodes. If you still have the device you are listening on in your hands, leave me your intention for tonight in the comments. For example, write me an "I will fall asleep easily" to claim that energy for you. Now make sure you are all comfortable and ready to go to sleep. Check if you have everything prepared for tomorrow so your brain doesn't need to worry about any planning during the night. Wear a cozy pajama, get a glass of water for your bedside table, and snuggle into your blanket. And without further ado, let's start. Now, you may find a comfortable position to lie down and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I want you to think of 3 things you were grateful for today. Maybe the sun was shining. Maybe you saw a cute animal. Maybe you were very productive today. Allow yourself to be grateful for the small things. Concentrate on your breath again. Every time you inhale and exhale, feel the air flow under your nose. If there are thoughts coming up, look at them like you would look at a cloud in the sky and watch them pass by. With every exhale, your body relaxes deeper. Your feet become heavy. Your shoulders become heavy. Your arms become heavy. Your hands become heavy. And your head becomes heavy. I'm now going to count down from 5, and when I reach 1, you will be completely present in tonight's story. 5. You are totally safe and relaxed where you are in this moment in time. 4. A warm and cozy light spreads from your heart throughout your body, its golden glow filling you with a feeling of love and solace. 3. You let go of everything that is still binding you to today. 2. My voice is leading you through the light and beyond. You hear the tweeting of birds and wind in treetops. 1. You stand in front of a little wooden door that is rounded on the top and is embedded into the mound of a grassy hill. The summer sun is falling through the leaves of a great oak tree, but you can tell how warm the day is despite the moderating shade of the forest surrounding you. You notice a few sigils burnt into the door, and as you lean in closer to inspect them, it suddenly opens. In front of you stands a woman with red hair, wavy strands pinned up into a voluminous bun, a few loose hairs framing her face. Her yellow sundress fits the summery weather. "Hello," she says with a sweet smile. "Thank you so much for coming. I enjoy having guests on my birthday." Without thinking, you grab her outstretched hand to shake it, even though you are a bit confused. "I'm Titania," she explains with a bemused expression, seemingly tickled by your unsure face, and you introduce yourself. "You're quite deep in the forest and it's already afternoon, so if you keep going now, you won't reach another place to stay before nightfall. And," she continues with a playful nudge, "as I said, it's my birthday today. My friends are invited a few days from now, but today I prepared some nice things to do, and I would love to share them with you. Come in." You follow her into the cave under the hill that is quite dim compared to the sunlight outside, and your eyes need a moment to adjust. The room is more spacious than you expected, the floor behind the door laid with light stone tiles, and then, after a step that marks the living room, with brown parquet. Titania tells you to take off your shoes, and you do, noticing that she herself is already barefoot. You place the shoes under a coat rack where cloaks in brown, green, and yellow hang. Grabbing your hand, Titania pulls you past bookshelves lining the walls to a kitchen area on the left side of the den, where a fireplace lies idle, with cooking utensils hanging over the mantel. Next to it stands a kitchen cabinet filled with tableware and storage jars filled with foods and herbs. Dried plants are attached to the ceiling, spreading a gentle, natural scent. The kitchen area, too, is tiled, and you feel the cool stone under your feet as you step up to a massive wooden workbench. On a big round golden plate sits a pie with a buttery crust. "Let's eat some of the apple pie I made," Titania says happily, grabbing two smaller plates and golden pastry forks from the cabinet. "You know," she continues as she cuts two big pieces, "my birthday falls right around the first harvest festival, so I can combine both celebrations. Early harvesting summer apples ripen during this time of the year, so making something with them seemed appropriate. Let's go." She hands you your plate and leads you to the back wall of the cave, between a big cozy-looking bed on the left and a cabinet on the right that is decorated with an orange cloth and a vase filled with sunflowers. There's another door that she opens to reveal a rocky part of the cave, where blankets and pillows are laid out on the floor. The cave's mouth opens wide into the other side of the forest, where tall fir trees catch the afternoon sun. It is flanked by a cultivated garden, full of flowers, herb beds, and berry bushes. A picnic blanket is spread in the spotty shade of the first fir trees, a basket standing on the green fabric that has little flowers embroidered on it. You sit down and start eating the cake. That is not too sweet and complemented nicely by the slightly sour apples. "Here, have some elderflower cordial I made," Titania encourages, grabbing a bottle that contains light yellow liquid from the picnic basket. Pouring it into a glass, she hands it over to you, so you have to put down your pie on the blanket to take a sip. It tastes nice, cool, and refreshing and sweet. And you ask, "You made that yourself?" "Yes," Titania says, "from some elderflower syrup I made during the summer." After finishing your food, you lay down on the picnic blanket for a while, staring up into the green treetops and listening to the sounds of the birds and the wind in the leaves. At some point, you wipe your hand across your forehead to get rid of some sweat, and Titania notices. "It is getting quite hot. Let us retreat into the cave, and I will read your tarot cards there. It will be cooler in the shade." Moving with the basket to the blankets and pillows behind the entrance of the cave, where the air is cooler since the sun never reaches, Titania unpacks a little sachet with a tarot deck in it and shakes the cards into her hands, where she starts shuffling them. "I will draw 4 cards for you," she declares. "One that shows you what has grown, one that shows what you may harvest now, one that shows what you can keep and be grateful for, and the last one to show how to enjoy the fruits of your labor." Very quickly a card jumps out of the deck, and Titania shows it to you. The 9 of Pentacles. Excitedly, she explains, "There has been some abundance growing in your physical world. Whatever you have been building based on your intelligence and self-control is about to come to fruition. This might even be an achievement that will last for the rest of your life. Now, let's see what you can harvest." Out jumps the Fool. It is in reverse, Titania mentions, so a carefully planned endeavor is showing results. Allow yourself to harvest what you have built during this year so far. The next card is the 3 of Cups in reverse. "Oh, this is interesting," Titania says. "You can be grateful for the friendships in your life in which you are still independent and that act as a support network for you. And lastly, we will look at how you can enjoy all this for yourself." The last card takes a moment to reveal itself, but then the 10 of Wands falls onto the blanket. This one, too, in reverse. "What a nice conclusion," Titania says. "With your current achievements and accomplishments, you can now decide to share your responsibilities by trusting others. You can allow yourself to rely on others to enjoy what you have harvested." For a while, you sit in the cave and reflect on what cards she has drawn for you and how they apply to the circumstances in your life. "There's something else we need to do today. It is important," Titania says with a mysterious smile, as she helps you up to go back into her house. "Since the first grains are being harvested now, it is tradition to bake a bread out of them. I already prepared the dough before you arrived, and it should have risen by now," she explains, ducking under her workbench where a big bowl sits covered with a towel. She hoists it up onto the worktop and uncovers a big batch of yeast dough that looks shiny and sticky. You spot a few purple crumbs in it, and Titania points out, "That's lavender, to help us sleep later." "Here, we need to form it into bread," Titania says. "Take some of that flour and spread it on the wooden cutting board, so the bread doesn't stick to the surface and we can carry it to the oven later." You do as Titania says, and she turns the bowl upside down, scooping out the dough. "Can I?" you ask, and as Titania nods, you start to knead the dough carefully, not too hard, and then, together with Titania, form it into a big loaf. With a knife, Titania cuts a few lines into the bread to prevent it from breaking. The oven is outside. Can you carry the board with the bread? I'll hold the door open. You can already smell the fire when you step into the garden again, and you wonder how the oven is already fired up. It lies a few steps around the hill, and is made out of greyish bricks. Slipping on a pair of green oven mitts, Titania opens the hatch, and then she grabs the kiln peel leaning against the left side of the oven and hands it to you. "Hold this. You can put its weight on the oven already, so the bread doesn't drop to the ground." Complying, you hold the peel up, and Titania cautiously pushes the bread onto the carrying surface, as not to destroy the bread's form. You lift the kiln peel and move the bread into the oven, the wooden handle so long that you don't have to come anywhere near the fire. In the cool of the cave, you wait for the bread to be done, lying down on the blanket and dozing a bit, while the smell of fresh baked goods starts wafting over to you. When Titania pulls out the bread, now golden and ready to eat, she says, "We will need this later, so let me put it in the basket. Then let's take everything inside. There's one last thing I want to do today." In the den, she kneels down beside the bed and lifts something out of a chest that is stored under it. Unpacking a big firebowl, she reaches her hand inside and grabs something that looks like a little doll. "I have prepared this wicker man," she says, holding the puppet out to you so you can see it better. It is woven out of dried twigs and leaves, and in its back is an opening left. We will write down our negative habits and features that we want to let go of. Put them in the wicker man and then burn it outside, Titania explains, lying the man down on the workbench and grabbing 2 pieces of paper and quills. You take the piece of paper and ponder a while over what negative attributes and bad habits you want to let go of in the near future. Then you dip your quill into the ink glass on the workbench and write them down carefully, with the intention of disposing of them. Once you are done, you hand the paper over to Titania, who places it in the wicker man alongside her own writing and patches him up with the last piece of willow. Finally, she gets up, grabbing her basket. "I will carry the bread and you the fireball. Let's go." The bowl is quite heavy, but you have no problem carrying it. You walk on the path in front of the door that you must have taken to get here in the first place. It is a dirt road, and you can feel the dry dust under your bare soles. You reach a field of corn, whose plants reach high above your heads, and Titania starts to climb an adjacent hill, encouraging you. Think about what you wrote down earlier. With every step we take up this hill, imagine that we leave it behind us, down there. From the top of the hill, you can oversee the golden cornfield, illuminated by the setting sun, that is turning a darker orange every passing moment. You sit down together, Titania passing you a piece of the bread and places a jar of honey and one with blackberry jam between you. Sharing a knife, you put the spreads on the bread and bite into it, tasting the fluffy sweet dough and the sour hints from the blackberries, all enriched with the subtle aroma of lavender. After eating most of the bread, Titania places the wicker man into the bowl gently and pulls out a torch from her basket that she lights with a match, and then sets fire to the figure lying in the bowl. It immediately goes up in flames, slowly burning away, the parts of your life you want to banish turning to smoke that disappears into the sky. When the last remains of the puppet are black and charred, and the fire goes out, you wait for the bowl to cool down. And it does, as the sky turns dark. Making your way back home, you only take careful small steps, as you cannot see the way before you very well anymore. And Titania walks ahead until there's some distance between you. When she notices, she turns around and says, "Don't worry, just follow me, and every step you take will be a safe one." So you put your feet where hers were just seconds before, through grass, dirt, and gravel. You enter the cave through the front door, where Titania pulls out a bucket of water, in which the both of you can wash your feet. She helps you to set down the heavy fire bowl, and you stick your toes into the cool water, all the dirt from the day washing off of you. "Now we can finally go to sleep," Titania smiles. You don't know where she produces the pointed green leaf with feathered edges from, that she places into your hand gently. "An ash leaf," she explains. "It is said that if you place one under your pillow during this season, you will receive prophetic dreams during the night." "Really?" you ask. In this place, you feel like such a magical event might actually come true. If you set your intentions now, it might as well happen. Go, put it under your pillow, and go to sleep with the intention of having a clairvoyant dream. Carefully, you walk over to the bed and lift the fluffy pillow, flattening the ash leaf against the mattress. While you do so, you think of your intention for the night. Then you sit on the bed that is surprisingly plush and scoot back so you can grab the thin yellow sheet to drape over you, which is enough to sleep in the heat of the summer. Leaning your head back into the pillow, you let out a content sigh and close your eyes. With how much fresh air you have gotten today, you feel so tired that your body becomes heavy. Titania is bustling around the cave, blowing out candles so it gets darker and darker. And you nod off without any difficulty. You become aware of my voice again. I will now count to 5, and once I reach the number 5, you will fall asleep. 1. You feel a comfortable and cozy warmth spread through your entire body. 2. Your muscles relax completely. 3. You feel safe and full of love. 4. Your mind is quiet and at ease. 5. You drift off into sound and restful sleep. You are safe here in my witch's den.